Hello, everybody. It's Rick Wolf. Good to see you again. It's been only a couple weeks, 2, 3 weeks, a very fast-paced class, but I'm so impressed with the work that I'm seeing in the discussion posts and the enthusiasm and sort of the mindset shift, which a lot of this class is about, and picking up the skills and the vocabulary that expert entrepreneurs have used to really grow their businesses. And to see you guys starting with that is very heartening for me. So I just really just want to give a couple of tips. Some of you, when you've had questions, you've been good about calling me or emailing me, so that's great. Email works a little bit better. I'm able to respond a little bit quicker, but both are good. I'm going to be traveling a little bit the first week of August, so email definitely then better than phone. Anyway, a couple of suggestions. Some of the little things that can tweak it to help you guys get a little bit better. And I've responded to all your discussion posts and journal entries, and it's, like I said, it's wonderful. It's really, I'm very impressed. So thank you for your hard work, first of all. So just a couple of suggestions. Sometimes some students, not many, are forgetting to do the response post. So it's always the initial post and a response. With the business model canvases. It's usually more than one. 4, I think, is what we used the first time, and we'll use that again for that last business model canvas, which will be due the last week of class. Some student, and I'll get to that a little bit more about that in a second. Some of the things that people are losing a couple of points on, still, really good work, but I'd like to see maybe, and I've let the individual students know in the Blackboard discussion, just a little bit more depth in your responses to other students, just a little more help for them to help them improve, because you're not only being trained to help sort of launch your business, but be more aware of other businesses out there, because at some point you may want to merge with a business, acquire a business, start another business, form partnerships with a business. So anyway, that's great. The journal so far has been excellent. Sometimes there's been a little bit of confusion, or some of it's been incomplete, but I've given students the chance to resubmit. But the cycles, again, are plan. What do you plan to do? Act. What actions did you specifically take from the plan? Not what you plan to do, because that would be in plan. What did you observe? So the third section is observe, and then reflect. And this is a methodology that really has helped entrepreneurs become more aware of the direction that they're going and what the opportunities are or aren't. So that's cool. And then after reflecting, that's sort of a nice launching pad for the next cycle's plan. So really good. The business model canvases that I've seen so far, and I think I've seen all of them, have been excellent. Again, just one group had a little bit of confusion with this concept of a second iteration. So the second iteration is sort of taking another swing at it, right? The first one, you put your business model canvas together, and in my response to I think everybody, I said, okay, now think of what the assumptions that you made are in each of the different components of the business model, and go out and talk to people and validate those assumptions. And from those conversations, you then get to do another iteration of the business model canvas that's even better. And that's kind of the point of the business, one of the points of the business model canvas and the questions and interacting with folks is, okay, here's our first stab at it. How do we make it a little bit better, a little more accurate, and more likely to lead us to success? So that's that. Then one other thing. So with the second iteration of the business model canvas, as I said in the syllabus, it's okay to work in groups. What I want to see, though, is working on a second iteration of a canvas, not a whole different one. Because that would be the first iteration of that canvas. So hopefully that's straightforward enough. And if folks have a question, then email me and I'll do my best to explain. But I think that pretty much covers it. Now you're going to start working in groups on the second business model canvas. And one of the questions that came up is, should I be writing in my journal about the canvas, the business from the business model canvas? So the answer is, if it was your original business idea, then yes. If it wasn't your original business idea and you're helping out somebody else as part of a team, then no. I want you to stay with your original business idea for your journal. So if that makes sense. So the journal would be you're sticking with what it was, and again, the journal can iterate a little bit more. From a reflection, you go, I decided this is a little bit more interesting, but I want you to sort of stick with that. And then on the business model canvas, as I said, you'll be working in teams, and the person whose initial idea that was, then by all means, continue with that also in the canvas, in the journal, and you'll find things out in your reflections and your observations and your actions, and the actions of others, because other people are going to be helping you with that. They're going to be talking to people and figuring out sort of what are the assumptions that you've been making. So as a group, you'll be going out and talking to people to try to validate the assumptions in all 9 of the blocks of the business model canvas. So a little bit on and on, but 5 minutes, 6 minutes, hopefully didn't take up too much of your time. Again, the bottom line is you guys are doing fantastic, and continue to stay in touch with me, and continue to keep up the good work. And we've got a couple more weeks to go. So anyway, thank you so much for all of your hard work. And it's Friday, so have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.